DTLR Radio.
Right here on DTLR Radio, the Massive Host King Flexxa. I'm putting in overtime work because this artist is that important, very important to the culture, very important to the culture. And you hear the female voice.
Yeah.
She's 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., but she's here as well.
I'm still here. Comedian Ty Davis from the Morning After Show.
To give that female perspective.
Of
because
course.
this artist that we have in the building, ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuned in on that free mobile app worldwide or inside one of our luxurious stores across the country, this artist needs no introduction. The man, his creative space is always somewhere that we could relate to. I'm talking about the one and only. You shaking your head though?
Love, man. I don't know. I feel like my voice doesn't ever live up to the the introduction.
It does.
Yes, it does. You're you, and that's why we appreciate you, Miguel.
It's love. Thank you,
ladies and gentlemen. Miguel is in the building. What's up, man?
What's good?
It's good to have you.
It's a pleasure to be back, man.
So no, look, we're gonna get
because you back here.
We're gonna get all in it,
of course.
To be back in the city, to be moving.
Yes,
music.
Because the thing is, sometimes a break, whatever the circumstances are, it's necessary for the growth, and it's shown in this project.
Righteous.
War and Leisure.
Righteous.
That is correct.
Ty, you had some pertinent questions for this man.
I definitely have some pertinent questions for you. First of all, I am a big fan of your music, right?
Thank you.
So your music, it's one of those make you close your eyes and like really feel the vibe of it. So when I heard the name of your project, War and Leisure, the first thing that I thought of was what made him come up with that. What is the name? What is the vibe and the atmosphere of your album with that title?
War and Leisure is thank you for the question. Is amazing.
Thanks.
And War and Leisure is really the best description I could come up with for what I'm feeling in this space, like standing in the middle, just like everybody, looking around, and also having to maintain like my own, positivity, my own spirit, like the frequency, all of the happiness and the joy, and try and curate my energy that's around me. I feel like I'm being pulled, and I feel like we all are being pulled in these complete opposite directions.
Yeah, right? He's speaking our life right now. Keep going, Miguel.
So that's just that was the purpose, and like wanting to create an album that caught the energy, but also was my perspective. And I think overall it really is just like it's gonna be okay because we care,
Gotcha.
And as long as we are responsible with how we gotta stay, we still have to celebrate. We have to celebrate our victories, the things we've grown out of, the things we've grown into, the layers that we've shed, all of those things, all these lessons, blah blah blah. Like we need those. We need these moments to feel good, and we should feel good about ourselves, but we can't do it mindlessly, and it's just, and I just wanted to create something mindful that, like you said, that anyone else standing in the middle looking out could that feels me or could relate to. I wanted to create something that they my fans could relate to, and I think that's what we did.
Because I think what you did is that you conveyed the fact of that when the universe, like we're always quick to bask in the universe's what the gifts and the rewards of but also we need to be present and be able to stand the trials and tribulations that the universe it's balance.
100.
War
100
and leisure at its best, right? At its best.
Oh, he's a poet,
Hey, I'm turning 30 next week, so God is speaking to me in certain ways that I never knew that He could speak to me.
That Saturn returns is real.
Talk about it.
Yeah,
talk about it.
That's real, bro. You're gonna be real happy.
I'm very happy. That's and I feel it.
Yeah.
He's removing things that I thought was the best. And I don't wish anybody or things was
right.
But, Miguel's my therapist. Man, I can't believe it.
Yeah, but that's the crazy thing, because as soon as
I'm the primo,
as soon as I saw the name of the album, I was like, okay, I feel like he's saying something to me personally, because before with your other projects, All I Want Is You, Kaleidoscope, Wild Heart, you were saying other things to me. And, I noticed that with these songs with Skywalker and Told You So, like I could tell that there was like a transition, a shift, even in your look, your energy, there's a transition. So your lyrics were more like, erotic and stuff. Righteous. And now it's more like, okay, it's more earthy, it's more grounded. I mean, we still like the dirty and stuff too, but
always,
I could see the growth like in you as a whole. So
cool.
Your absence, and I believe that absence makes the heart grow fonder. I think that your absence from your last project to this one now is like critical in What have you been doing in that time? What have you been doing in that space?
Man, just I've been creating. Thank you though, and I will have to say, like, it is nice to feel your presence felt, but you don't have to be present,
Right?
you know. And to be able to step away and to be missed is like, it's nice. Like you said,
Yeah.
it is nice to be missed, and I love to hear that from my fans. Like, we missed you. Like, we needed to hear this, you know.
We missed you.
That's like super encouraging because, you know, we don't always feel like, you know, everything we do is incredible. We always have these, you know, aspirations for the things that we do, and sometimes things win in ways that we weren't expecting, and maybe in ways that we were expecting, it didn't really pan out the way that we were imagining
in
it,
our
you
mind,
know?
yeah.
And sometimes it takes, you know, that time to be able to reflect and go, actually, wow, I'm sturdy.
I'm
Like,
refined.
I'm, you know, I've learned something, I've gained something, and for you to really, the veil to kind of be your own veil, to be pulled from your eyes, and you can see all of the things that you've cultivated, you know? And so that's like pretty much what I was doing, creating and just like trying to shed as many like layers of bullshit.
Yeah,
that I
Right.
didn't
Right.
need.
Yeah.
And that's a never ending process.
That's growth. It's
But
evolution.
You feel me? Like,
But
that's-
so
that's
I
kinda-
think that's a great segue, and that's the title of this. I mean, Skywalker. Let's get into it. Let's get into the
Into
music.
it.
Digital Nation. Miguel, introduce it for the first time for us here on the
Righteous.
and then we'll come back and talk.
All right. So this is Miguel. I'm on air, DTLR Radio, man. I'm all the way out here. We're hanging out talking about my music, and I want to play you this first single. It's called Skywalker. It's featuring Travis Scott.
Woo.
You know, high frequency. Let's get it.
It's fire. Let's walk on the sky. Let's go. So D Chill On Nation, if you weren't bouncing naturally to that song, you have to check your frequency. I'm not gonna call you a hater. We're not gonna label folks out here, but that is a undeniable vibe-ish record.
It's
Love.
a vibe.
It's kind of you.
It's
Very kind
no,
of
I'm serious. It's a vibe, Miguel, and that's what we need to keep building these vibes. And your lyrics say, you know, the moment.
Yeah.
How important? Like, first of all, what moment were you in when creating that smash hit?
Man, we just wanted to have a good time. The funny thing is that like my sessions are like jam. You know, I like to jam. We just play around until we come upon something that feels like we're all in the moment. You
Got
know?
it.
Again, right in that you're just kind of tuned in, and sometimes it takes longer than others. But this is one of the ones where it was a sound. It was a sound on a Moog board that I was like, this sound is crazy. It just felt mean. It felt mean. I was like, yeah. I like because I wanted to sing something very happy.
Yeah.
I knew that was the mood and the mode, so I needed something to offset it. And Happy Perez, who produced a song with me, we've collaborated. He did Sure Thing. He did Waves. We collaborated on so much music thus far. And he's a good friend of mine. But we were in the studio. We were just jamming, and the bass line came along. I was like, that's the bass line. And the rest was it.
Love it.
Just killed it,
Creativity
yeah.
at its best,
Right?
right? Ty?
Organic,
Yeah.
genuine chemistry. And of course, that track featured Travis Scott.
Travis Scott.
You've worked with J. Cole, Wale. You've worked with many artists. Have there been any that you've seen that are new and coming that you would want to collab with?
Yeah, absolutely. Man, Khalid is super dope, man, and he's a cool guy. Like I like him, and his music it makes me like his music even more.
That's
I already
important.
like the music, you know. But he's also kind of like he's young, and he's also visual with his lyrics.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate. I miss that. So I love Khalid. I love SZA. I feel like my label somehow ended up having a lot of really good art, like R&B artists. So Ro James is one of those artists. He's signed by Storm. That's
Dope.
my brother, and his music is super dope. I don't know if anyone out there, I hope the listeners have had a chance to catch his last album. You definitely must have heard. Oh goodness, now I can't think of the song name.
Green Light? Is that
Man, yeah.
Green Light? Yeah.
Look
Green
at that.
Light is good.
Look at God.
Man.
Want to do it?
Yeah, but that whole album super dope.
Word.
Of course, SZA, like I said. Gold Link, I'm paying attention to
DMV's
right
on.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's killing.
Yeah.
I think he got like #1 right now, which is dope.
Yeah,
so
that crew.
shout to Gold
That
Link.
crew joint is fire.
Congratulations. Yeah. I got a man.
You better sing.
We're killing. That joint, who just dropped one? Jessie Ware just dropped the album. I love her.
Yeah.
We collaborated in the past.
Wait, now that I just think about it, by the way, SZA, didn't you have that breakout joint on the internet where you was acapella and SZA
Yeah.
joint and it went viral?
Yeah,
crazy?
we were at my friend.
Dope.
Yeah, Delphin Finley is an LA native artist.
Yeah.
Also of mixed descent. His father is so dope. His dad, they call him the gangster gardener.
Okay.
His name is Ron Finley.
Okay.
And he changed a lot of the laws in Los Angeles so that people in the hood could grow their own produce. In LA, on the sidewalk, there's like a small patch of grass between the sidewalk and the street, right?
Right.
So he made it legal for people in the hood to be able to grow produce in that space because technically it's owned by the city. So when he started doing it, because he looked around and said, why can't we find affordable produce?
Yes.
Why has all my food been tampered with? You know? And so he went out and he started doing his own gardens. They call him a gangster gardener. And then he ended up having to fight against the city because they were trying to take it away. And so he helped fight and make it legal for them to do that. Anyway, Delphin is super dope.
Okay.
All three of his sons.
Good story.
Yeah, all three of his sons are super dope. Like Delphin is an artist. His other son is a photographer, and his other son is a accountant. All successful.
But look at the balance. I like that balance.
So we are Delphins. He had just had his first show. Big shout out to Delphin Finley. And I was just like, there was no one else in the gallery. It was early. I was just stopping by to see it, and because I missed the premiere or the opening, and I was listening to Weekend in the Whip. You know, it had the perfect reverb. I walked in and I was like,
you like
sounds good in here, and the rest just happened.
There it is.
And of course, I have an amazing assistant who just caught the whole thing.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to Alex.
Alex, Big A.
Yeah.
Holding it down.
Yeah.
I have to ask this
Collaborative
question.
efforts,
Like,
you know?
I have to. So, on my show, the morning after show from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, I do a segment called the Cub of the Day. Okay. And the Cub of the Day is usually some very attractive young specimen that is popping and doing something out here in these streets, right? So August 10th, you were the Cub of the Day on my show. And this picture here, I need to know what's happening, what it's about. So if you're listening, Detail Our Nation, go to comediantydavis.com, or you can go to @comediantydavis on Instagram, and you can see the picture that I'm talking about. This picture here, you have on the denim outfit with the knees and your chest is exposed, and there's a rip right there. What's happening here? What is this about?
That happened as I was sitting down.
You ripped it right when you were about to take this picture?
Pants ripped.
But then he embraced it as art.
That's War and Leisure. See,
like, let's
organic. See, because I was just looking at it, and it was just like, it was so like fire and everything about it. Like, I just was like, man, if I get to meet this guy one day, I'm going to ask him that question. And I just had
that's
the
not
opportunity
really what
to ask
happened.
you.
I wasn't wearing that tight of jeans.
That would have been a great one, though. You should keep that story.
Although if we look at past photos of Miguel, I'm sure I would have been wearing that tight of jeans at some point.
So this was not purpose. This was purposefully done.
No, it was purposely. It was definitely purposely.
Well,
done.
I definitely
just on
like
some rock and roll.
So I like your rock and roll in this photo. All right.
Yeah. So War and Leisure.
Yep, there we are.
Yeah.
You trying to cause Todd's trying to cause the war.
I'm just enjoying the leisure.
Got the like the tongue ring and everything. So I'm like,
wait a minute. How did you see that? Okay.
You know, I pays attention.
Yo, Todd, stop.
I pays attention.
You know what you did when you got it. Whenever you got it, you know your intention.
I've had it since the 90s, so you know it's
all right.
It's a throwback.
What you mean? But see, yo, fellas out there, you see how she said
throw it back.
Throwback.
Okay. All right.
You-
I mean, you
friend.
said it. I'm
what-
just saying.
She put that into the world.
Look, it's all
gonna
about
react.
war and leisure, and right now I am taking leisure in the war that's going on with you guys
Right.
talking about my tongue ring that I've had since the 90s.
But
Okay.
do you see, Ty, what we want to wake you up to, lady, is the fact that when he mentioned it, you said, oh, you see
Oh,
it?
you
Of course he's seen it.
I
You know
didn't
that
know
we
you
got
saw
it.
it. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. So Warren Leisure, Miguel, Ty, any last sentiments for our good man? Because we know that he's very busy on this
Definitely
run.
busy. Well, from a personal perspective, I definitely enjoy all of the music that you've ever done. My favorite song of yours is Sure Thing.
Right.
And I look forward to listening to your project in its entirety. And in honor of you being here today, you will be my cover of the day again
Hey.
tomorrow.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
So I'm
Repeat.
going to make sure we get like an updated photo. And I
right.
just love the contrast of where you started as an artist to where you are now. So I really appreciate your growth and
Thank you,
transition.
Ty. I appreciate that.
Well,
That's
my
love.
my
That's
favorite
love.
song is How Many Drinks.
Yeah.
The DeLeon and Ciroc. Yeah, I know how we doing over
How
here.
many drinks does it take?
How many,
Flexxa?
that's my record right there. So
Yeah.
so Miguel,
Yeah.
besides the album, I know that's what else? Anything for the fans that you could let out now that what you're doing? Touring? Are we going back on tour? What we doing?
We just dropped Told You So. The album pre-sale is up now.
Okay.
We dropped that Friday along with Told You So, which is an incredible video. I wouldn't even say video, it's a visual. It's definitely visual art that Kareem Hudu, the director, and myself kind of dreamed up, and I've never done this in a video.
Yeah.
So if you've never seen it, it's definitely it's definitely something else, another something. And I think this album represents a lot of me trying things that are within my reach, but I haven't tried before.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
that's where you get Skywalker.
Oof.
The song Told You So, even the sound of it and the video itself there's just so many layers. And for the music coming, so for those of you out there, check that out. You
Yeah.
can check the video out. It's a
Definitely will.
beautiful, beautiful visual piece.
Perfect.
The song is incredible. I think you're gonna love it. I love the song, so I think my fans will really, really love it. And then we have more music coming. Obviously, album out 12/1/17, so that's just in less than a month.
There it is.
Yeah, follow me, Miguel. You know, Major Splish, High Frequency. Let's get it.
There it is. We're on High Frequency with Miguel. Ty, any last minute sentiment? Last final before we get into
Final words. I listened to Told You So. I love it. You give me that. You're like Prince reborn, but like with newness on top of it. So it's like if anyone lived in the time of Prince and they didn't get to see his greatness, like my children will be able to experience Prince through you. So thank you so much for your artistry and being here today.
There it is.
Huge pleasure. Thank you.
So let's get into you know what, we're gonna have a couple Miguel Miguel
Yeah,
records.
let's run it.
For the next, Miguel, thank you so much, and we got you here on DHLR Radio.
Salud. I appreciate
All right,
it. brother.
DHLR Nation, Miguel, go cop that. War and Leisure.
Yeah.